Hi, Aquarius. Hello, 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 hi. I feel like the glare looks so bad, but I don't care. I just don't care. Can't ask me to care. Hi, cutie. Okay, let's just open up our space to Aquarius energy. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and the North Node. Gonna cleanse our space a little bit. I just finished doing the Gemini reading as well as the Libra reading. So we just need to cleanse a little bit. Ask the ancestors to come through, spirit guides to come through. They've been here, they never leave. That's what they told me. Hi, Dr. Sheba Holly. Hello, how are you doing? All right, so I'm gonna take some deep breaths. If you'd like to take some deep breaths with me, feel free to. In with the good. And out with the bad. 2 more. In with the good. And out with the bad. And a final one for good luck. In with the good. And out with the bad. Perfect. So I'm going to open us up to our spirit teams, to any ancestors who would like to come through at this time. My ancestors, your ancestors. Good spirit guides who would like to come through at this time and just speak to us, okay? For the sign of Aquarius, this is a general reading. It's going to be for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, the North Node, wherever you have strong Aquarian placements, okay? Please take what resonates and leave the rest. It's possible that something in this message will not be for you. Not everything can be for you, so take what resonates and leave the rest, okay, cuties? So I'm going to start with your pre-channel message for all of the earth signs. Aquarian energy is very get it done today. We're like, we got things to do, we don't have time for it, we're gonna get it done. I like it. I like it a lot, especially from where I've been coming from. We're gonna talk about anxiety a little bit, because I feel like actually, Aquarius, you're on the other end of the spectrum. You like just came out of an anxiety spell, or just like stopped feeling anxious. You're like really calm at this time. So as I moved through like the air signs today, I really felt my anxiety go down, but also I felt my anxiety really like peak when I was channeling the most. So that means to me that there's anxiety, there's chitter chatter, there's talk, there's confusion, a lot of energy right now with the air signs, which makes sense given the planetary aspects that we have right now. Mercury is retrograde in Gemini, Venus is finishing its transit through Gemini into Cancer, where we'll be moving into more of like a lighthearted time, more sensitive time, more emotional time. But if you're an emotional being and you express your emotions anyway, you'll be fine. For some Aquarians, it's going to be tough because a lot of Aquarians actually, specifically at this time, but overall, Aquarians have a hard time understanding what their feelings are in order to express them. So they feel feelings and they're like, okay, I want to express them, I want to put them into words, but 1, don't know how to, or 2, feel like they're going to be rejected and not understood when they speak on those feelings. So I think that maybe when we move into the Venus and Cancer transit, it's going to ask you to express your emotions a little bit more. Talk to people who do value your emotions, because there's a lot of people, myself included. I value your emotions, you know what I'm saying? So there are people who want to hear what you have to say and will listen to you, all right? Try to keep that in the back of your mind. This is kind of like a June message, because I've been channeling for the whole month of June recently, so this is kind of just like an overall June message for you. I'm just going to read the overall channeled message for all earth signs for you at this time. Your channeled song was Deja Vu by Olivia Rodrigo, and now I know that her album just came out and it's like poppin', it's everywhere. But there's still significant for me here. It's still significant for me to hear this song, to hear this message, because the line was, do you get deja vu when she's with you? So you're like thinking this, you're hearing that message from her song and you're connecting with that specific line and it's resonating for you, and you're like, oh, does he think about me when he's with her? But it could be female energy as well. So that's for some of you, not for everybody, but that's this channeled song I got here. For others of you, because I just channeled this message in, you're actually just having deja vu moments, and that's totally normal. That's Mercury retrograde. Especially if you're like a really spiritual being, you were into astrology, you work with this kind of an energy, then the last Mercury retrograde has prepared you for this Mercury retrograde. So yes, a lot of the same things that happened to you during that Mercury retrograde around, I want to say October of 2020. Could be wrong though. A lot of things that were happening during that time, what you were working on at that time is going to show up for you again for this Mercury retrograde, and it's going to feel like deja vu, but it's just for you to know that you've already learned the lesson, or to see if you're going to go back down whatever that cycle or road was, okay? It's your energy, you know? We also have an overarching theme message of This is really like relationship oriented. So if you're not looking for a relationship, you're not really in a relationship, this isn't a message for you, but it's a big overarching theme for the air signs, is you need to know, you specifically need to know, versus he wants to know, or you need to know versus he doesn't want to know. Now, please keep in mind it could be she doesn't want to know, whatever applies to your specific situation, all right? But that's just what I got. And it was very like masculine and feminine energy, but of course we all have masculine and feminine energy within all of us. So there's a difference between needing to know versus wanting to know. The need is something that you have. The need is something that you're going to be given because it's a genuine need. And I wrote down the hierarchy of needs here, for example, a very like psychological aspect here, is you have things that like you need to survive, like you need to eat, you need to drink water, those kinds of things, those are needs, so they're given to you regardless, you find a way. But versus wants, those are desires, so if it's meant for you, it'll come in for you. But if you don't need to know, why would they tell you? It's kind of the energy I got here. And that's like them talking to spirit. So your person could be like, I want to know what's going on with this person. I want to know what's going on with this connection. They're not in communication with you. They won't just ask you directly. But they want to know. So they're going to like source, they're going to spirit, and they're being like, I want to know. Or they're not as spiritual as like you are, and they're just asking their friends, like trying to figure out what happened with the situation, or like trying to like piece all the puzzle together. I did a reading recently talking about like pieces of the puzzle and puzzle pieces. So that's coming back. This is very twin flame energy, which it makes sense. It makes sense. We're in lovers season. We're in Gemini season. There's going to be a lot of this like union coming back together. However, you don't have to be a twin flame to get this message. It's just that I read for that energy, so I have to add it onto this concept. But yes. So he's like asking friends, or they're like asking about you, trying to see how you're doing, and they can't figure it out. They don't know why, they don't know where you're at, they don't know what you're doing, they can't find you on social media. I don't really know. Some of you, they're checking for you on social media regularly, trying to figure this out, how you're doing so well without them, why they're still struggling, why they're going through a dark time. But it's because they want to know. It's future energy. It will come to them. It's already on the way to them, but it's just not there yet. They're still wanting to know it. But you need to know. So you will be given this information throughout the month of June if you haven't already been given the information on whatever your information you're looking for. Okay? Yeah, major theme for all air signs though. Okay, that's what I really got there. For some of you where it's not a relationship, it's not a connection, you're balancing your own masculine and feminine energy in this time. And that's what you're being really asked to do. Okay, you're being really asked to learn how to receive, because the feminine energy receives and the masculine energy creates and does and gets going. And that's where I was really getting a lot of the anxiety from, was not really understanding how to sit in this middle standpoint of like, I've created, I've done enough for today, for the month, whatever it is. I've done enough on this spiritual journey, I've done enough on this growing that I need to do. It's time for me to now receive the blessings, the gifts, what I've asked for, my manifestations. And you're like trying to find that middle ground of how to sit in between. So I applaud you for doing that, because it's difficult, but that's the energy that you're in at this time. Okay, for the rest of you though, your feminine side is coming into alignment while your masculine side is coming into alignment. So if it is like the divine feminine, the divine masculine, you're becoming the direct mirror image of each other, because you are learning to receive, you are learning that message, and they are learning how to give. They are learning that message, and you're becoming aligned at the exact perfect time. Beautiful. That is not how I've been describing it to the other two. It's interesting how the message is the same, right, for all air signs. However, it gets delivered differently. And I think that's what's beautiful about this pre-channeling, is that I get the same message for all of the air signs, but I still have to group it into a specific category, a specific sign. And that's really interesting to me, to like be experiencing that and to be seeing it. Hi cuties, everybody who's tuning into the live now. I would comment more, I would like talk more back to your comments, but I'm also filming this for YouTube, as well as just trying to get through the downloads and not like my energy being shifted everywhere. But I love you, and I'm so glad that you guys are here. I have not done Pisces yet, water sign Wednesdays. So tomorrow we'll be doing Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, okay? All right, continuing back to this message. For air signs, some of you are being given the space to learn and not to have all of the answers, which is beautiful. It's really great, and I like that, because it's as if maybe you're gaining a social media following and you're like actually getting a social media platform going, your Instagram's popping off, things like that, but you're being given the space to learn without all of the harsh cruelty, without all of the criticism, without all of the eyes watching you constantly, checking for you, seeing if you're doing anything that you shouldn't be doing, or just hating for no reason. So a lot of you are actually getting the space to learn, to make mistakes, to guide others, help others through a platform such as TikTok for some of you. I think that's actually in your specific pre-channel message. Yeah, it actually is. So some of you are gaining a platform on TikTok, and you're going to be able to have the openness to be yourself. Because right now, the most important energy I feel like for the whole collective, regardless of your zodiac sign, is be your most authentic self. So you're getting the space to do that and not feel like you're going to be scrutinized at every single second, at every single moment. Okay? Also, it's peaceful to have this experience where you can make the mistakes and learn from them and grow from them without being like under constant scrutiny. It's definitely more peaceful than the comparison, okay? And they gave me this example of like the teens who get really famous really quickly, or like the teens who blow up really fast, those kinds of things. And they lead with their ego because they haven't developed enough, they don't understand enough, but they lead with their ego. It's portrayed terribly online, for example, and then they're torn to shreds by the masses, okay? So that's what you have to compare it to. That's not what you're going through. You're going through a more peaceful experience where you get to just make the mistakes, learn from them. It's more of you holding yourself accountable because you know that you made the mistakes and you know that you need to like fix them. And it's less of people like judging you harshly. It's more of people being like, hey, we're still here, still supporting you, that kind of a thing. You get to grow and learn because these people see something in you, okay? And I really like that message. So continuing, we have some words that may be significant. If they are, they are. If they aren't, they are not. I have back to back and get back. License plates and license plates numbers are really significant. They're going to be really significant. You're going to be seeing a lot of like angel numbers on them. And when I asked for all air signs, I asked Spirit when they brought this message to me, I was like, okay, so what numbers should they look for? They just started rattling off numbers to me, like so many of them, and I was like, okay, so every number is a potential possibility here, all right? So what they're really trying to say is like, don't go out there forcibly looking at people's license plates to see if, oh, does it say 333? I'm in alignment. No. What they're saying is like you're in traffic, or you're having to like, somebody, like a van passes by, you happen to check, like you happen to just look at it. That's your intuition guiding you anyway. You just happen to look at it, and guess what? It says 333. That's the kind of energy that is coming in for you at this time. And those moments are going to be really significant. That is that your guides are around you, that you're being heard, that you're gaining, like that you're correct, you're on the right path, okay? Also, cop car, flashing lights, accidents, roadside assistance. Now, please don't be worried about that. It's not like a scary thing, because for most of you, it's external experiences that are just happening around your life at this time, throughout the month of June, throughout Mercury Retrograde, and it's showing you that positive change is coming. It's not happening to you, it's happening around you. And there's this energy of like, you're seeing it, so you're feeling like it's going to happen to you, but I don't feel that. For some of you it will, but I didn't tap on that. I didn't tap into that as like the general collective. It's just like you're seeing those things to help you understand that positive change is upon you. Okay? So please don't be like worried or scared about that. We also have Archangel Michael for you throughout the month of June. He was really significant, came through for me. Little birds, like the little teeny tiny ones, like baby birds, a lot of like chitter chatter, like tweeting. You're gonna hear a lot of it. I'm hearing so much of it. I'm not mad about it, but I'm hearing so much of it. I'm like, a lot of birds, a lot of birds. And then while I was channeling that message through, they also gave me 3 Little Birds by Bob Marley. Many anxiety attacks that turn into disassociation. And so I want to remind you and let you know that this is a disclaimer currently, that I am not a licensed nor a trained professional, so this is not medical advice for me. I'm not diagnosing you. However, this is something that I experienced, that I felt, and I was asked to talk about it and spread the knowledge and the awareness to you. So at this time, you may be feeling like many anxiety attacks are happening, and then you're leading into disassociating, and then it's going to become worse and more bubbled up over time. So really what I felt, because I'll give you my personal experience, because I've been channeling on air sign energy all day, really what I was experiencing was like, I still have things to do. I gotta go to the grocery store, I'm busy, you know, we're at work, we're doing things, but you get like mini anxiety, or like something doesn't feel right, you get like a gut instinct, or you start thinking about something and it just like brings your mood down, but you don't have the time to address it, to let it out, to talk about it, to whatever, because you're busy, you're doing other things. So then you just choose to dissociate from it and say, well, we're just not gonna deal with that, we're just not gonna worry about it, because it's not like severe, it's not crippling, okay? It's just like minor. And so you're choosing to like allow it to fester essentially, and you put on a mask, you disassociate and you continue going about your everyday life. Okay, but right now I feel like the energy is to, if you can, please allow yourself like 3 or 4 seconds before you get out of the car to like sit, breathe deeply, okay? Know that you will get to it later if you don't have the time to get to it at that time, but please allow space for yourself. You come first. If you're going to be late to an appointment, it's going to be okay because you prioritized yourself. If you're going to be late to that phone call, you're going to be late to a meeting, you're going to be late to go into work, it's going to be okay. They will understand. And if they don't, you don't want to be there anyway. I'm serious, okay? Continuing, we have Read the Room. We also have Pride Month. We are not doing all the signs today. I just saw your comment. We're not doing all the signs today. It's Air Sign Tuesday, and I did Libra first, and I've already done Gemini as well, so this is the last Air Sign reading of the day. Okay, we also have Read the Room, Pride Month, which is something that of course I'm going to talk about. I was making a joke of it in the beginning of like, of course I'm that gay who's going to talk about Pride Month on the first day of Pride Month, and I'm already going to shove it down your throat. And that's why I don't like it, because I don't want to feel like I'm shoving it down your throat, because I don't want to push or force my beliefs onto anybody. That is not what I'm doing here. But there's a space for me to open up the discussion here. There's a space for me to lead by example. So Spirit is urging me to do it. They're urging me to talk about it. So we're going to talk about it. So the energy here is like open discussion, being able to like discuss your true feelings, discuss your thoughts, being able to ask questions, having an open environment to feel safe and comfortable throughout the journey, throughout the process, okay? And I really, really hope that that's what I'm calling for. That's what Spirit is calling for throughout the month of June. So we're going to watch it happen. Also, freedom to ask, freedom of speech, really important at this time as well. So being able to speak your mind, speak your thoughts, and just ask questions if you need to, okay? Also, you're going to be having people around you at this time who are very like intelligent on the situation, and you will be able to ask them, okay? If you're in someone's TikTok live and they're actually having a discussion about it, feel free to put your question in there. Feel free, okay? Don't hesitate. If you have a question, ask it. No one's checking to see if you're on their live. No one's checking to see what you're doing, okay? But it's supposed to be open. There's an open environment here is what we're trying to create, okay? Also, special education awareness. And while I was doing the Gemini reading, they channeled to me specifically like special education awareness within the gay community, and understanding like they are people too. They need love too. They deserve love too. Just because they have like different needs from you, it doesn't mean that like they don't deserve love too. Okay, so really just like spreading that kind of special education awareness as well. I thought it was like a grouped energy of like special education awareness, but they just like set it out there. So I'm just throwing it out there because it's here. And then there's a more like deep message that means something to me. So it's like my TikTok collective, myself, the energy that I'm calling on, Spirit, angels, we're really asking for it to be more than just a specific group of gays who win during this month, more than just a specific group of gays who get like more clicks, more views, more clout, more this, more that, because that's what they're looking for. It's very petty, it's very dramatic, it's very like not inclusive. So really what we're asking for is, oh, I also wrote more airtime, which was really funny to me, because like this is air sign energy, and the gays are asking to like be on TV more, to be seen more, to show themselves off more, that kind of thing. But it's a very specific group, okay? And we're trying to move away from that because the LGBTQIA+, the gays, okay, all of us are much, much more diverse and inclusive than just a specific teeny tiny group of the gays, okay? So, had to bring that up, had to throw that out there. All right, but also I feel like the energy is really coming through for air signs. I've been saying this, that it's really coming through for air signs because you guys rule communication. You rule the truth. You speak your mind. You get a lot of thoughts, and the reason you get all those thoughts is because you're supposed to communicate them. Air signs communicate. They talk. They have a lot to say. There's things that they need to get off their chest. They need to speak on. So this is a lot of your energy. It's something you're going to have to like stand up for and communicate for and be an ally for and those kinds of things. So I really feel like that's why it came through so heavily for me today. Okay. And then Aquarius, your specific pre-channel message. These readings have been really long today, and I don't mind it, but it's like, why are they so long? Fairly, we have a lot of information. We have a lot of information. So for Aquarius specifically, I wrote down standing up for what you believe in. Heck yeah, Aquarius, in all caps. Standing up for what you believe in. I was just talking about, I didn't even look at the phone. That's beautiful. Love that. I love to see you standing up for what you believe in. It's so good. It's so good. And then I wrote this little, like, cute little, like, message, apparently. You are fine, you are divine, and you are aging well, like expensive wine. I see ball gowns, red lips, black lips. You look stunning. The air of charismatic is making an appearance, and I am happy to see it. Take heed, your majesty, for you are this divine. All is clear and fun up here, the truth that you will see. I like being the oracle. That's kind of fun. I'm like, I don't really know what this riddle means. I don't know really why this came through, but being the oracle is kind of fun sometimes. Because that was fun for me. I'm going to post this on Instagram if you'd like to see your specific message. Or if you'd just like to read the air sign message if you missed it or whatnot. You just want to read it. It'll be up on my Instagram later tonight. And then TikTok. Yeah, TikTok. The message is here. So I wrote down TikTok and I was like, I know, because TikTok, right? But it's been so loud in my ear today, like loud, that they won't let me ignore it. Because sometimes I hear TikTok while I'm channeling things and I'm like, okay, I get it. I'm on TikTok. There's a lot of people on TikTok. It's TikTok. People use it. But it was so loud today that I couldn't ignore it. And it was very specific to your energy, Aquarius. So some of you are growing on TikTok, like I said, and you're enjoying it and you like doing it and it feels good and it's fun for you. So keep doing it. For some of you, this is energy that's coming in because you've been asking for a chance to be seen. You've been asking for a chance to spread knowledge. You've been asking for a chance to like have a platform, and you're actually going to get that chance throughout the month of June. So really enjoyed that. Really, really enjoyed that. Let's get to your cards now. I'm like, we don't even need the cards. Who needs cards? A lot of talking. This air sign energy is really like getting me to communicate. I feel like I won't shut up. Okay. Let's get into your messages from the cards, darlings. So this is a general collective message for all sign Aquarius, wherever you have that. Sun, moon, rising, Venus in the North Node. Wherever you have heavy Aquarius placements, this reading will be for you. Please take what resonates and leave the rest, though, since it is a general message. Not everything can resonate for you guys. So if it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. Don't force it to. All right, Spirit, what would you like to bring through for Aquarius? What would you like to bring through for Aquarius? Understanding, okay. Beautiful energy. Or like understanding yourself at this time. Understanding those around you, understanding that your needs need to be met first. Oh, period. Period. Your needs need to be met first. Celebration. The Three of Cups. Your needs need to be met first. This is like social to me. So back to the social media platform, but also it's different. It's more than that too. There's the socialism aspect. Almost as if like you have a career, like you're pursuing a career throughout the month of June. It's like social activism. I like it. It feels very good. You feel very strong at it, and you're going to be celebrated for going towards that, for standing up for yourself, for speaking your truth, for celebrating your most true, authentic self. Okay? Period. The dream. I was like, why am I shuffling like this? Because I was just pulling the cards off the top for the rest of the readings, but for some reason they were like, cut the deck, let's shuffle again. And it's the dream. The dream. This is also Six of Cups, so it could be reconciliation, past life connection, but I'm really getting that we're talking more about like you have a dream, you have a passion for your life, and you're going to be rewarded for it. You're going to be celebrated for it because it's your dream, baby, and nobody else's. Oh, completion is the next card here. Completion. You're completing a cycle so that you can achieve your dreams in the month of June. Okay, I like that. Trust in the universe. Trust. Okay. Like that. Sorry, I just learned how to shuffle like this, and it is a little bit more difficult than I would have expected. But I just learned how to shuffle like this, like literally yesterday, and I've been practicing. It sometimes works for me, but we're practicing. Okay, what else is on the spread for us, please, Spirit, for Aquarius? What else? Okay, thank you. They said, oh, you can read like that now. Oh, my spirit team is so funny. We have stress here. I just heard celebrating stress relief. Oh, bless. You deserve it. Kick back. Have a glass of wine. You're about to be moving from a less stressful time period into a more peaceful timeline. Oh, divine. You deserve it. You really do deserve it. It's like you're dancing in the rain. They're giving me this energy of like you're dancing in the rain because you're just so happy in the month of June. Like there's reasons for you to be happy and you don't even care if it's raining, pouring, snow, sleet. You don't care. You don't care. I like that because you know how like weather can affect moods, right? But it's like the weather is not affecting your mood at this time. You're growing. Okay, receptivity in the reverse. Some of you are not open to receive the gift that you have. Okay, you're like learning how to open up to the gift that you have, which could be for some of you like speaking, being a speaker. For others of you, it's musically inclined because I see this like trumpet here. You don't have to play the trumpet, but it's musical. So like singing, acting, dancing, those kinds of things for you, Aquarius. Okay. Yeah, creativity in the reverse, which makes sense. Which makes sense. We were talking about it. For some of you, you aren't being celebrated for your creativity, which is also a Libran message. So you may have heavy Libra in your chart as well, because I remember channeling for Libra that we were talking about how like they're not being seen for their artistic talents yet, and like it's affecting them mentally. But it's like a different energy for you, almost in the sense that like you're not even willing to create. So please, whatever, if you have content sitting in like your drafts for TikTok, post it. If you have content that you wanted to post for Instagram, post it. Stop holding yourself back, especially during this time. It's time to like share, post, let it out there. If you feel like it's good content, or if you just want to get off your camera roll and you've been wanting to share it but you've been holding yourself back, this is the message for you. Just send it. Full send. Full send. It's going to help you with stress relief. Absolutely. By clearing out that space, by clearing out that clutter, if it's like your photo album, it's going to open up space for you to take more pictures, for you to be more creative, for you to do more things that are fun for you, okay? Not for everybody, but that's the message I really got there. And then we have laziness in the reverse and the Fool. Okay, so you're moving out of a time period of maybe feeling lazy or maybe just being lazy, because I see it, I hear it, I have to say it. Maybe you got put at a standstill. You got put at like a time period where you needed to take a break. Some of you quit your job. Some of you lost your job, and I'm sending you my love for that. But it feels like something was really stressing you out at this, like before in the past energy, and you decided to let it go, walk away from it. But that also kind of added more stress to you because you didn't know what was next, right? So you're in this stage of like, I'm stressed. I got rid of one stressor just to add a new stressor. I don't want this. This shit don't make sense to me. Yeah, I get it. But that break, that time off, whatever was necessary for you so you can pursue like your creative talents, your creative gifts. You can be appreciated for who you are, be valued for what you bring to the table here. But for some of you did get a little lazy, which is honestly expected when you've been off from work maybe for like 2-3 weeks, months, I don't know. Table resonates, or like when you've just been like on a break from something for a while, you're gonna feel lazy at some point. You're gonna want to be lazy, but you're moving out of that energy. It's like the energy is just shifting for you into the Fool, which is a new journey, a new path. Also trust energy, more of that trust energy that we talked about before. Just trusting in the universe, just free falling into whatever it is. Because whatever you're moving towards is much less stressful. Oh, much less stressful, and this beautiful, I think is it an orchid? It might not be an orchid, but these beautiful flowers. I said much less stress, and do you see these beautiful flowers? I hope you can. I know the glare is like annoying. But yeah, the beautiful flowers. Much less stressful. And the card says ordinariness, but you are not ordinary, baby. You are nothing of the sort. Okay, you are extraordinary. Okay, Aquarius. The Rebel, oh, period. So this is the Emperor card, I believe, in this deck, but I get very Aquarius energy from this. So it's Aquarius and Aries, but I get a lot of Aquarian energy from this because Aquarius is the rebel. Aquarius is like the hippie, okay? Aquarius is the free thinker. Aquarius is going to speak up at some point. They're going to tell you what's on their mind. They're going to fill you in, bestie. So this is really you. Back to what we were talking about, like standing up for other people, being an ally, using your platform, using your voice to create, to speak what means something to you, your most authentic self. That's what the Rebel does. That's what the Rebel does. Period. The Rebel like doesn't care what other people have to think. The Rebel does not care. Okay, so it's like you're on this journey to rebel, to push the mold, to break the mold, to create new societal constructs, new societal ideas. That's your job. That's your mission. Please don't allow it to feel like overwhelming, okay? It's all gonna come to you and make sense specifically into your life, but this is just a general reading, so this is just like the energy I'm feeling. And then comparison. And then we have the sorrow card in the bottom of the deck in the reverse. Yeah. No more comparing yourself to other people. You don't even have the time to compare yourself to other people. You won't have the time. You did have the time. I see that. It's on the table. And I think that because you had the time to compare yourself to other people, where you were taking this break, where you were maybe off from work, those kinds of things, you had the time to see how other people are doing. You had the time to compare yourself to other people. You had the time to like sit there and really like hyper focus on whatever else is going on. But you're moving into this new energy throughout the month of June. Maybe it's already begun for you. I hope it has, but if it hasn't, it's coming through the month of June, where you're going to be celebrated for this energy of waiting, for this energy of allowing the divine to bring it into you, for trusting in the universe. And then you wake up, like wake up. Maybe it is a spiritual awakening. I don't know. But you wake up to this new journey, to this new path. It's going to be made clear to you. You'll understand it. And then you're nothing but ordinary. It's beautiful. It's much less stressful. This energy is much less stressful. So this is the stress card here, right? With like the juggling of everything, the juggling of life. You're not even on the ground. You're up in the air. You're playing the trumpet. It's loud music. This dog's probably barking. It's stressful. Versus this is peace, serenity, tranquility. Beautiful flowers, open spaces, the sun is shining, you're just out there having a good time. Truly magical. That's the energy you're moving towards versus the energy you're moving away from. It's much less stressful. But you are going to be asked to be the rebel, and you're going to have to go back. You're going to have to go back to this energy because you didn't complete it, right? I don't feel like you completed this energy of comparing yourself to other people. I don't know if we ever really do, to be honest. I don't know if we ever really do. Because there's always going to be somebody who's better than you, and there's always going to be somebody who's worse than you. And that's just the reality. That's just the truth. They're there to help us grow and to help us see our growth. It's nothing more, nothing less, okay? But you're going to have a test when you step into this power of rebelling and going against the current and changing the game to continue to compare yourself to other people. And Spirit's going to say, are you doing enough for you? Do you feel good enough for yourself? And if so, yes, you're fine. You're on the right path. You're doing well. They don't want you to be sorrowful. They don't want you to be upset. They don't want you to be miserable, okay? Let's clarify with the Modern Witch Tarot, shall we? Shall we? Let's see what the Modern Witch has for the sign of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and the North Node. Great. These cards do not shuffle like that, so we're not even going to try. All right, Aquarius. Oh, the Sun! I like that. I like that energy. Hi. Are you going to show it? Thank you. The Sun. Inner child work. You've been doing inner child work. I see it. And what that means to me, whether it's not like your spiritual ascension of you doing inner child work, where you're like actually doing inner child meditations, which if you haven't, I highly recommend it. It's very beautiful, very cathartic. However, it's more of like you just allowing your inner child to come through. Right now, I feel like our inner child is just active. For all signs, really, it's very collective to me. Like our inner child is active. It's almost as if you went back to the time period when you were like 8, 9, 10, and that person, that child is living through you now, okay? So embrace it. Teach them. Teach yourself to meet yourself where you're at now. Wow, my third eye is going off with that message. Okay, hi. How are you doing? Okay. Let's see what the Modern Witch has for us. Oh, keep in mind, we're going to do a little love pull at the end, but I don't like to do just love readings. I like to make it as collective and general as possible because not everybody's looking for a love message, but we do have a love message coming, okay? Okay. 8 of Cups here in the reverse. Just clarifying that you did walk away from something, that you had to walk away from something, okay? It could be that job we were talking about. It's that time period where you needed to, like, rest, come out of whatever you were doing because it was hecka stressful. For some of you, that's something that's going to be a significant factor or theme for you in the month of June, and that is the Mercury Retrograde. That is what it does. It brings things back up from the past for you to deal with them. You can avoid them again if you want to, but when the next Mercury Retrograde rolls around, you're going to have to deal with them again. So why not cut it out of your life now? Why not get it out of your life now? Okay, and then we have Knight of Wands energy. I feel like that was only for a few of you because this is the energy you're moving towards. getting away from stressful energy, moving towards what lights you up, moving towards your creativity. For some of you, you're stuck on a sign. You're stuck on like a specific fire sign here, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, because I see it here with the Ace of Cups in the reverse. Not going to be for all of you, okay? But for others of you where it's not like you're stuck on a specific sign and it's this fire sign, because we are all signs, it's like you're stuck on a narcissist. You're stuck on a player. You're stuck on somebody who is narcissistic, like somebody who just has no time for you, very in and out. You're stuck on this person because they keep coming back at the right time, but it's not. It's just not, because they aren't fulfilling your needs. They aren't meeting you where you need to be met, and they aren't giving you the love that you deserve. Yeah, for some of you, you just actually started a new connection pretty recently, and now this person's gonna come back. I'm just over reading for reconciliation energy, but it's here. It's very powerful. It's what I'm reading, so we'll read for it, because when I was shuffling in Aquarius energy into the Romance Angel Oracle cards, I had the card Past Life Connections, and I also had Let Go of Control Issues, so it really feels like there is somebody. We have the Page of Swords here in the reverse, Stalker energy, really like lurking in the shadows energy, because they see you doing better, or they see you just got in a connection with somebody and they want to try to break it up. I don't like that energy. We're going to move away from it, because it's not all relationship, but there's people here on the table. I have the Knight of Wands, and I have the Page of Swords. But this is also about like not coming into balance with yourself, not like feeling stable enough to make decisions, because you are trying to balance your mind and heart at this time, yet this, I almost said the F word, I don't want to swear, but this person, you're trying to work on yourself, you're trying to balance yourself out, you're trying to get the clarity to heal yourself, the knowledge that you need for yourself, and this person just keeps coming back in right when you feel like you've had a breakthrough, or right when you feel like you're doing a little bit better. This person comes back in, and now you have to deal with that too, adding on to all the other stress you already have going on in your life. Let it go. Page of Swords here asks you to cut it out. Page of Swords is asking you here to block this person, to cut off communication with this person completely. Now, please keep in mind that you have free will, so you can do whatever it is that you want. Sorry, I have a hair. Interesting. But, yeah, very that. Okay. The Devil. The Devil. And Nine of Swords. Okay. Because we have the Nine of Swords here with Sorrow card in the reverse, as well as the Nine of Swords here now. So you're moving out of this energy, which is good. You're learning the lessons, you're getting the lessons, you're being forced to learn the lessons. It's karma. This is how karma works. You're being forced to learn lessons, and Saturn is retrograde in Aquarius. Saturn's retrograde in Aquarius. Makes sense. So the Devil energy is absolutely knocking at your doorstep. And what that means, because it's not all negative, it's not all bad, it's not all scary, is just what we were talking about, how Mercury retrograde as well, brings back things for you from the past, for you to deal with them, for you to experience them again, to see if it's still something that you want, or to show you that it no longer aligns with where you're going. And that's just why it's here. Okay, it doesn't have to be all negative, it doesn't have to be all bad, but for some of you, it's going to cause some sleepless nights, it's going to cause some crying, it's going to cause some stress. I'm hearing, why now? Why now? Why now? Because it's the time now, is the simple answer. Because where you're going is a lot better than this. I'm going to reiterate the message we had from before, just because I know that this got a little bit like intense. So I want to show you again where you are going. This is just like the further clarification, because of like this, I guess this was like really the future energy, but you may be going through it now. We are reading for the month of June. So I want to reiterate, though, the message here that's grounding the table is the Fool card. So a new journey into this beauty. Remember, we talked about how like serene this is going to feel, how stress-free this is going to feel, how loving and open this is going to feel. And you get to be your most authentic self, speak from your heart, share your real emotions with people who value it, be the rebel, cause change, be the change you want to see in the world. And of course, Devil energy is going to want to hold you back from that. They don't want things to change. Devil energy, low vibrational energy, sorry, does not want things to change. Why would they? It's going fine for them. It's going fine for them. They're in the same toxic karmic cycle going over and over and over and over and over again. It's fine for them. They're used to it. They're complacent. But you want more for your life. You want more for your connections. You want more for yourself. And that's the beauty here. That is the beauty here. This is what you're moving towards, that energy of really your most authentic true self, and not allowing these lessons to hurt you again, okay? You learned the lesson, babe. You learned the lesson. Let yourself feel like you learned the lesson. Okay, let's move on to the love life, the romance angels, where I get to talk about your love life and whatever's going on, because it's love, baby, and I don't have to filter myself for talking about love. Because sometimes I really feel like they really want me to talk about a love connection, but then I'm also like, I gotta talk for everybody. I want to be as general and inclusive as possible. So now it's love time, okay? Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and the North Node. What would you like to tell the sign of Aquarius for their love lives? More of that Knight of Wands energy. More of that, like, person coming in. Hot to trot, quickly. What do they want is what I want to know. What do they want? I feel like that'll help you as well. What do they want? This is the past life relationship card that I saw while I was pre-shuffling. Past life connection, past life relationship. So this is deep, and I can explain it to you, Aquarius, because you get it. This is deep. You and this person have been linked and chained to each other for many, many lifetimes. The Devil card here, past life relationships, and the Knight of Wands. So you and this person have been connected for many, many lifetimes. And honestly, I feel like in this specific lifetime, you're meant to cut it out so you can be stress-free. Because I'm staring at the stress card here. Like, I'm staring at stress. The energy here is, this lifetime, you're learning the valuable lessons to finally cut it out and finally remove this kind of energy from your bloodline. You're not only doing it for yourself, keep that in mind, you're doing it for your bloodline. So that in the future, when you have kids, or when your kids have kids, they will not attract these narcissists. They will not attract these assholes. They will not attract these people who ghost them. You're doing it for the bloodline, okay? That is for some of you, and I know that that's really deep, because we're talking about past life connections. However, for others of you, it is just like the person coming back from the past, somebody you haven't spoken to in like 6 months. 6 months, okay. That was what they just gave me, so I'll say it. Somebody you haven't spoken to in 6 months, they see you doing well like we talked about, and they want to come rekindle the romance, but there was never romance. This isn't romance. This is lust. This is sexual desire. Now, there's absolutely nothing wrong with sex. I'm very sex positive. If you tune into my other videos, if you tune into a Scorpio video, we talk about sex a lot. However, for you in this situation, this person only wants sex. And now there are some times where like the connection can ignite from sexual union, and that happens. But in this energy, it feels like just lust to me. So if that's what you want, you go for it, baby. I'm not here to judge you. There's no judgment. It's a free space, okay? But I feel like you're so called to them because you have a sexual bond. It feels like in past lives you guys had a sexual bond, and that's why it's like so powerful, and you can't actually like connect. You can't disconnect, okay? But you're learning how to cut it out, okay? Let's move forward, because that was specific. Let's keep going. Anything else for Aquarius? Anybody else? Anything? Anybody else for Aquarius? Let's see. Anybody else for Aquarius? Children. Children. So some of you are children, and this is why you're not children, okay? Under the age of like 21, children, and this is why you're not in a romantic connection, because it's not your time to be in a romantic connection, okay? I love you, but if you were looking for that boyfriend to come back and you're 16, this isn't the reading for you. This is an adult reading. Now, I read for people who are under the age of 18 just because I'm reading on TikTok, you know what I'm saying? But this reading is not specifically for you for that situation, okay? This is for those of you who are seeking an adult connection, a real mature relationship. Your love life is being affected by children. So what that means to me is this inner child energy that I feel like we were talking about earlier with the Sun card when I saw the Sun in the Modern Witch Tarot. We're talking about the inner child. Your inner child is meeting somebody else's inner child, because there's another, I'm tapping into another pocket now where it's like new connections coming in, so take this how it resonates. But there's this energy of like your inner child is meeting their inner child, and you guys are hitting it off. You're having a lot of fun, and then that sparks growth for you two to like mold together separately, of course, because you're your own person. However, it's like you're like growing up together. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. That's the energy that they want to give me. And then one final one for Aquarius, religious factors. They're giving me Hierophant energy. They're like showing me the Hierophant in my mind's eye, and the Hierophant is traditional marriage. It is marriage. It is like spirituality. It's that kind of a thing. So you're finding somebody who aligns to your divinity, who aligns to your thoughts and morals and ethics. And I think that that's why it's here for you, because you're learning how to, you're clearing out the bloodline. Like, this is why you were incarnated on this specific earth with this specific person, is to clear this out of your bloodline so that you can attract people who are more drawn to what it is that you are aligned to. And that's beautiful, because when you want somebody who prays for you, when you want somebody who wants the best for you, who's thinking about you, who works on themselves, who heals themselves as well, and that's what you're calling in. It says your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Okay, so take that how you will, take that how it resonates. I love you, I love you, I love you. Thank you, Aquarius, for being here. If you missed any part of the reading, it's going to be up on YouTube tomorrow, so if you'd like to go over there and subscribe, check it out tomorrow. I'll have it up there tomorrow. And then your message for like all air signs and specific pre-channeled for Aquarius is going to be on my Instagram as well, so you can go find those things there. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to read for you. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it, and thank you for just everything you do. Important message before I end. Remember to be grateful for yourself. Say thank you for me. I am thankful for me, for holding space for myself. I thank me for showing up today. I thank me for showing love to myself. I thank me for doing the work and me for doing the healing. Because yes, you are thankful to the universe, and you are thankful to source, and you are thankful to the divine, and I hear you, and you should be. And they come first, period, get it? But you also have to be thankful for yourself, because you're doing the work. You're the one growing. You're the one learning. I love you. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Bye, cuties.